Welcome, everyone, to episode 415 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Corey.
Just me and Corey today. We're going to be talking about Super Mario Maker 2. It came out last Friday. I put a significant amount of time in. I'm pretty sure you did too, Corey.
I did.
We also, once again, it's nice when games come out on Fridays because we can have in this case, it is a whole week, but it's almost a whole week for the most part. Nintendo likes to release their games on Fridays, so
They do.
So yeah, we got some time with it and weekend time, which is also nice. So I like to have topical game episodes because, not necessarily Mario Maker, but a lot of the other games we play, if we play them when they're out, are forgotten about months later. Mario Maker not being one of those games. So
Indeed.
yeah, Corey, do you have anything you want to tease for later on in the episode?
I've been playing a lot of Harry Potter Wizards Unite. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
I just call it Wizards when I talk colloquially.
Yeah.
Colloquially.
It's just
Wow.
known as Wizards.
Yeah. Wizards. Wizard hunting.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much it. A little bit of Mario Maker, and that's it.
Yeah, I played Mario Maker. I played obviously because that's going to be the main topic. Same thing. We're Harry Potter Wizards Unite. I tried a little bit of Crypt of the Necrodancer. Very briefly fired that up just to see what that was like.
Cool.
And I tried Twilight Princess ever so briefly today. It's the first time I've played that. So
Oh,
I'm
nice.
not going to talk about it now, but when I talk about what we played, I'll just talk about it just briefly. So
Yeah, I want to hear what you think.
yeah, I didn't play enough to get a good thought. Maybe half an hour, but yeah. So let's get into Mario Maker 2. So Mario Maker 2. Yeah, I think the biggest addition, and probably where we'll start, is the addition of story mode to the game. I think a lot of people wanted that in the first one, and they didn't end up doing it for whatever reason. But I feel like that was a good addition because we have, Eric included, doesn't necessarily like to create levels. You're hit or miss on whether or not you get good levels in the courses that other people design. So. There you have, I don't even know how many levels. It's a lot. Created by Nintendo using the Mario Maker tools. And not only does it give you something to play, but I think it can inspire you to, because there's always these interesting mechanics in the thing. It can help inspire you to make levels yourself.
Indeed, yeah.
So, you told me you played through the entire story mode, so let's hear what you think, Corey.
Yeah, and by that I just mean I completed the objective of story mode, which is Princess Peach's castle gets destroyed by the Undo dog, which I had to look up because I wasn't aware that the dog had a name.
Yeah.
But then I realized, oh my gosh, that is the dog on the undo button. I didn't realize. So the story starts with the dog accidentally pressing the reset button on Princess Peach's castle. So the castle gets wrecked. And your goal is to rebuild it, and the way you do that is by playing through a number of levels. Pre-made levels by Nintendo that you earn coins for, and once you earn a certain amount of coins, you can build certain parts of the castle. But there's some side stuff that goes along with it. But yeah, I'm with you. Like, my first reaction to that, playing through story mode, was like, oh my gosh, there's so many clever level designs here that probably would never make it into an actual like Mario game, a Mario platformer made by Nintendo. But because it's Mario Maker, they want to inspire you. They want to give you great ideas and sort of understand different ways you can use the tools to achieve totally different results, that things I never would have even thought of. So that's pretty cool, and it's a lot of fun. And it's sort of all over the map. There's no consistency to it, but that's what I love about it. It's just like,
yeah, they bounce around the different game types too. It's like playing a bunch of levels from the original Mario, a bunch of levels from Mario 3, a bunch of Mario levels from Super Mario World, a bunch of levels from New Super Mario Brothers, and then of course the newest addition is the Super Mario 3D World.
Yep.
Which is slightly different mechanically, but it's the 2D version of Super Mario 3D World.
Right. Like if you were to go through a pipe or something and do a 2D portion of the level, yep, that's what it is. But I mean, that in itself is still a lot of fun, and it's nice to see those modern graphics play out in a level that you've designed. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you have any standout levels that you want to you want to give a shout out
It's
to?
funny you asked that because I was sitting down. I had about 10 minutes before we recorded, and I'm like, gosh, I should write down some things that I want to talk about. And that's one of the things I was thinking of, like, what were my favorite levels from the game? The ones that I recall really enjoying, the race car levels.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what number they were, but there's the one where you have to get to the goal in a certain amount of time, and you have to bounce off the trampolines that are on the sides. They're almost like bumpers.
Yep.
That one was a lot of fun and like totally different from anything you'd expect in a Mario level or a Mario game. But I was wondering, like, what is that car from? Is that part of Mario lore? Is that just Mario Kart played out in Mario platformer?
See, I don't remember them from Super Mario 3D World. They're only in 3D World levels.
Okay.
But I don't remember them being in there, and I'm not sure if I just didn't play it enough. I played through most of the game, and then I've watched a significant amount of gameplay on YouTube from it, and I don't remember it. So I don't know if that is just something they added in for, just another tool in your arsenal to play with. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, all those really stood out for me. The on-off switch levels.
Yeah.
I like the ones where you're never stopping to think. And one of them, I think it gives you like 10 seconds or something like that, and you have to hit the on-off switches perfectly and maintain your speed the whole time in order to finish the level without dying. That one I really enjoyed. Any of the ones where you get in the floating thing with the propeller on the bottom.
Yeah.
What is that called?
I don't know, but it's like Bowser Jr.'s little flying thing that he flies around in, but this one has a cannon on it that you shoot fireballs out of.
Yeah, I'm looking at the enemies list right now. Is it the Boom Boom? Nope, not the Boom Boom. The cart, the Porku Puffer?
Yeah, that sounds like it could be right. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what any of these words are. This is weird, but yeah, those were a lot of fun. The one I think I liked the most, though, this one really stands out in my head, is it was a ghost house, I think. Either ghost house or underground, I can't remember now, but it's like there's a hub area where you can get a mushroom from, but then you go in and then there's 6 other like sub levels that are sort of a puzzle platformer that you have to get a key from.
Yeah.
And every key unlocks one door, and you keep progressing through all the doors, so you have to beat all 6 areas in order to beat the level. But time becomes an issue in that one because it's such a long level where you're going into a pipe and then you're in one secluded area and you have to figure out the little puzzle platforming aspect in that part. And then you get that key and you unlock a door, and then you go up another pipe and do it all over again. Rinse, repeat 6 times. That one was really fun because I love puzzle games, so I enjoyed that one. And then the other ones I really liked were the ones where you had to carry an item across the finish line. I enjoyed the challenge of making sure you kept that stone or whatever across the whole level. Those were fun. What about you? What were your favorites?
I played one, and I'm in agreement with you. All those were fun, but I played one last night that actually freaked me out quite a bit. It was the one where you're followed around by the poisonous mushroom.
Oh yeah.
And I had a lot of trouble with it because it follows you around like way better than you feel like it should. I couldn't shake it for the life of me. And then I realized after a little while that you can use the make items if you're having trouble with the level.
Yep.
You press the select button, and that brings up items that you can place into the world to help you, whether it be like I think it was what game was that? Was it Super Mario? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I boxed the mushroom in like with cement blocks, so it wouldn't follow me around because I couldn't shake it. Like it just kept harassing me. And I advanced a little bit in the level, and somehow it got out and was still following me.
Oh God!
And finally, I think ultimately to beat it, I gave myself a star, and I killed it that way.
Just killed it.
But I think I still feel like it came back like later on in the level.
Sure.
And shrunk me right before I finished the level. But yeah, it was kind of freaky.
Yeah, I don't know how many of those levels there are, but I remember playing one that had a bunch of those poisonous mushrooms and one that just had the one.
Yeah.
And I had the same, without realizing it, similar experience. I used the maker item to get a mushroom, and once I got big, it hit me and it made me small, but it also killed the mushroom.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm like, all right, go, and I just took off and hit the finish line before it came back. But, that was cool too. I love all that stuff.
Yeah. So that was definitely a great addition to the game. my wife is who we've actually played Super Mario Maker for our last rookie camp number 32. It's on our YouTube channel if you're interested in checking that out. But she's more likely to play that sort of thing than play a bunch of player created levels. I don't think she would create her own levels. So that's also something that she would spend some time with.
Yeah, and what's nice about the story mode too is it's not just like a linear, just play a bunch of levels. There's some side stuff going on in the area where you can go and talk to people, and they're like, "Hey, I got some levels for you." Some of the ones I had the most trouble with were the ones that came from the dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
The
not really jumping ones.
Yeah.
That was so hard because your muscle memory is to jump.
Right.
And even though I was consciously making an effort not to jump, my thumb would still slide over and hit the jump button. And
yeah.
And then it's an instant fail because of we should mention too, there's clear conditions. That's a new addition into this game. So you could set it up so that you have to be big to finish a level, or you can't jump to finish a level, or you have to collect pink coins to finish a level, or what have you. You talked about needing the item like carrying a block across the finish line. There's a bunch of different ones, and that's one of them is not being able to jump, and I had a lot of trouble. I think I've done 2 of those. A lot of trouble with those. So.
Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed the addition of the clear conditions.
Yeah,
that was fun.
So yeah, that's another addition. So let's get into, we'll do the making version last, because I think that's what I did the least of. I don't know about you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I spent Wednesday night doing that for a good chunk of time. Time just gets lost when you're building those levels. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I don't know anything like that where I'm so productive, but time is also just flying by at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love it, and it scratches that itch that hasn't really been filled since the first Mario Maker game, where I'm just creating, and you just lose track of time, and you just want your level to be perfect.
Yeah.
And I had a really good time building my global warming level.
It's good. I will too, if people are interested, I will put the ID codes for Corey's level, and I have 2 levels so far.
Cool.
I'll put them in the comments, both for the podcast, and then if you're watching on YouTube, it'll be down there, so you can play our levels. So.
Yeah, my first reaction to the whole thing was, oh my God, like this is going to be hard with the Joy-Cons. But I got used to it, and after a certain point, like once I got used to it, I'm like, hey, this is actually like pretty intuitive. I don't know how they could do it any better with the Joy-Cons. I mean, there was a learning curve, but you're also building Mario levels. Like there's going to be a learning curve.
Yeah.
They can't make that stuff super simple, otherwise
I spent about
lose control.
15 minutes probably trying to build with the Joy-Cons and failing miserably at it. So when I built my levels, I did it in handheld mode with the touchpad. It's a lot easier, but I do want to get used to, because I'd like to eventually stream building levels and stuff. So I do want to get used to the Joy-Cons. So I'm glad to hear that you got used to it, because I just couldn't make sense of it. I don't know if it was too late at night. That could very well be.
Yeah. Well, what's confusing about it too is you kind of have to use a combination of the left thumbstick and the joypad.
Right.
Which is pretty much unlike any other video game. It's either one or the other. They do the same thing. You just choose which one you want to use. But in this case, and maybe you don't have to use both, but I just found it easier to use both. Like the D-pad. What did I say? The joypad. The D-pad is what allows you to choose your asset, whereas the thumbstick is what moves you around the screen. So that was a little confusing, and I did like mess some things up from time to time still, but I feel like given the constraints of the system, if you're using a controller, they did a pretty good job of making that work pretty well.
Yeah. And I was thinking about it. One thing I would like to see them do, and I don't know if they even can do this, but they have the Nintendo Switch online app that you can put on your phone or a tablet or what have you. I'd love to see a way that you could connect your Mario Maker level, if you're playing on your TV, being able to build a level on your phone. I don't know how that would work, but I think that would be amazing if they were able to pull that off or add that as a feature later on. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. I'm all about the phone integration. Even if you can just kind of monitor your levels on it.
Yeah, I read that somewhere, because you get comments on your levels, and I turn on my Switch like 5 or 6 times a day when I'm not using it, just to check and see, who played my level, what they thought of it, what comments they left. Yeah, again, that would be. It's surprising that it's not surprising. It's Nintendo, but that's something they should add is in the Nintendo Switch Online app is the ability to check on your levels and stuff.
Or something that I would really appreciate is editing your level description, because I am way too lazy to type in a cool description.
Sure.
Manually using the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Be nice to just use my thumbs on my phone and upload it and call it good.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they've added so much. They added slopes. We talked about the clear conditions that they added. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what some of the other additions were.
Checkpoints was a big one.
That is a huge one, yeah.
The locked doors and keys, that adds another layer.
Yeah. Pink coins.
Pink coins, yep. On-off switches, that's all new.
And has been put to good use. I don't know how to what extent you've played user created levels, Corey.
Not much. I've only played a handful.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, as expected, the community is delivering some really, really clever levels. I played one that was like Pong, where you're jumping.
I did that one.
Yeah, it was like a racquetball kind of thing. Or
yep.
I forget what the level was called, but
it was table tennis, wasn't it?
Table tennis, yeah. And that was really cool because you even got to score 3 points. It wasn't just like you score 1 and you're done, but you're jumping with Mario and pushing up like a bullet bill tower that will bounce a shell back the other way.
Yep.
And I forget what's causing the thing to jump over there. I think it's just on a trampoline or something, so it's continually jumping.
Yeah, that might be.
But if you get a shell past the auto jump on the other end, then you take out one of their blocking shells, I guess you would call it, until you score 3, and then you open up the exit to win.
Yeah,
which is really clever.
It was a very clever idea. At first I saw that, I was like, oh, this seems kind of dumb. That was on the top. The way when you're searching for levels and stuff, you can break them down, and I always try to look at the most popular ones, because usually it's the type of situation where the cream will rise to the top. All those levels are very unique and interesting in their own ways. So I tried that, or went to that one. I was like, that seems kind of dumb, but it's genius in its execution.
Yeah,
I was very impressed with that one.
Yeah, so. I'm curious to hear what your kids think of it.
I haven't. I mean, my son likes making levels. That's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
But it was funny because one of his levels that he made, I haven't tried his levels. I haven't had time to see what his maker ID and levels are and put them on my thing.
Right.
Just because it's been 4th of July week and it's been crazy. But yeah, someone left a comment that his level is too easy. He was not happy about that.
Yeah.
It was just easy, not too easy. Because they have postcards that you can leave.
You're right.
And it was one of the ones that said easy, and he went right in and started making a harder level.
Oh, good for him though. That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, he loves it. I mean, he spent most of the day today building levels, and he's just recently tried the story mode. I want to do a review with him because I don't know if you knew, but I restarted my Rated G Games game channel.
Oh, okay.
And I want to do a review on there with him on it because he's played a lot more than I have at this point.
Yeah.
So.
I was talking to him a little bit about it yesterday, and I'm like, Max, make sure you send me your levels. As if he had a method to do that. I don't know, but I just assumed he would talk to you and you would share them.
Yeah, we'll definitely get that set up because I want to play his levels. I played a few of his original Mario Maker levels, and I was surprised at how interesting they were. So
right,
yeah.
Gosh, can you think of that person that gave him an easy sticker? Like, listen, the kid's 8. How old is he? Is he 8?
Yeah, he just turned 8 not that long ago. And I tried to think of that too whenever I come across a level that I'm like, I didn't like that much, and I'm like, it was probably made by a child.
Yeah.
So I'm never going to criticize. I just move on.
Right.
Because I've played quite a few of the levels, the player created levels. I did most of the top 20 on the popular levels, and then I've been doing the endless Mario or endless course run or whatever.
Yeah.
I started on easy, and I'm probably up into the 90s. I've done like 90 some odd levels on the easy. I started on the normal difficulty. That's quite a bit harder. So I've mostly stuck with the easy levels just so I can get a good experience with some of the user created stuff. And there's some really interesting levels on there even.
Remind me, I didn't try the endless mode in this one, and I don't really remember how it worked in the old one. Remind me how that plays out. Is it
Yeah,
just
so you just I think you start with like 5 Marios, and then you just go do level after level until you run out of lives. So
you could luck out and get a level that just gives you infinite one-ups?
Not infinite. I don't know if you might have been able to get infinite ones in the last one, but this one you can only take 3 with you. You can only get up to 3 per level. So
gotcha. Okay.
I think I have like 93 lives or something like that.
Is there any progression in difficulty, or isn't that something that's rated? It's just pretty much random.
It's completely random in how they go. And like I said, I'm doing the easy ones just because I wanted to experience a bunch of different levels. And whenever I have just a few minutes to play, I don't necessarily want to sink my time into story mode. I don't want to start making a level because that's, as you know, a time sink. Yep. So that's the mode that I go to, is just I'll play a couple user created levels and go from there. So it's really well done. I would like to eventually get my normal mode going again. But as I said, those are significantly harder. I won't ever do hard or super hard. I'm not into just watching some of that stuff. Like they have no Mario mechanics that I just have no idea about. So I'll never be effective on those things.
No way. What do you think it's missing? Because I have a couple thoughts that I still really want, but
yeah, no, go ahead. I can't really. I mean, for me, there's not really anything that I can think of that I would definitely add to it. So
yeah,
what do you think?
So one of the things I don't really care about in Mario Maker 2 are like the auto levels where you're not really playing anything. You're just kind of watching the creativity in the level, and you don't press a button and you finish the level. I appreciate the creativity and talent that goes into those levels, but I still want to be playing a video game while I play. One of the things I think that would really help in that regard is the ability to create overworlds that you can populate with a handful of levels.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've seen a couple people ask for something similar to that.
Yeah, and I've been wanting that since Mario Maker 1. I just think it would go a long way towards people, rather than creating these one-off like weird levels, kind of thinking of a theme and sticking with it for a handful of levels. Just like the overworlds in the Mario games, in Super Mario World and Mario 3 especially, I think was really good at setting that theme when you got to the overworld, and then whether it was the desert area or the water world or the Little Big World, I still remember them really well. The ice world, what was level 7 was like the jungle world or the forest world, and then 8 was the Bowser world. Something like that, I just think would be awesome. And then another thought I've been having for a while is that Zelda Maker has to be coming, right?
I hope so. And you know what gave me a sense of that is the Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah.
Because that has a random seed thing when you're playing that. It's the world's never the same. But also there's kind of that already with it was on. They had a couple instances of it on. Summer Games Done Quick.
Yeah. Well, there was like that bootleg.
It's a randomizer. It makes completely random. It was the original Zelda, original Legend of Zelda, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and then Super Metroid, were the 3 games that the randomizer did. And one of them was even Super Metroid, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past crossover. Like you could bounce back and forth between the 2 games.
Yikes.
And collect levels from the 2 different games in the other game.
That's awesome.
It was really cool. I mean, there's definitely a market for that because there's a whole community around the randomizer, and they do races and stuff like that. Like, it's crazy. So I would be shocked if Nintendo didn't in some way, co-opt that into making their own Zelda Maker, and even if it was an older Zelda game,
Yeah, definitely. Even
as long as the top down. Well, I mean, here's a perfect example. So if you want, the thing with Mario is it's all side-scrolling platformer, so it's very easy to change it from one element to another. But then you have, you could have the original Legend of Zelda. You could very easily transition that into A Link to the Past. But now they have the new Link's Awakening, that new art style, so it could go those 3 levels without needing to change that much. I think that would be great.
Definitely. Yep, you can just put like in Mario Maker, you just
Yep.
push a button and go to
Yeah.
the other version of it.
And that, once again, the 3D ones are different, but go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. The only other thing I could think of, so when I first got Mario Maker 2, I'm like, I'm gonna try to be a little creative with this and do something fun and do something that might be appreciated by somebody somewhere. So my idea was to do all office themed levels. So I named my ID
Advanced Refrigeration.
I did REF period because that's all that would fit. And then my first level I wanted to create was Koi Pond. Come to find out, you cannot place pools of water anywhere. You can only do the forest theme, which gives you water across the whole level, and all you can do is raise and lower the height of it.
Gotcha.
But I thought it would be really cool to do a condition of once you leave the ground, you can't touch it. And as Mario, you just have to like jump across fish. But every now and again, there's I don't know, I was going to use one of the enemies, which would be like the gym trying to trip you into the pond.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that was a really fun idea.
I'm sure you could figure out a way to make it work, though.
I did. I went back and forth, but I think I just ultimately gave up. And I'm like, I don't know. There was some issue. Oh, you know what it was? It was the fish. I could only get the jumping fish, and I just wanted the ones that stayed on their level and went back and forth. But the only fish you can get are the fish bone, the dead fish.
Yep.
And then what's the name of the other one?
Cheeps. Yeah.
The jumpers. Yeah. So that's why I was like, it's kind of too far away from. It would be unrecognizable at that point. So I was like, yeah, forget it. I'll think of something else next time. So I did my global warming level, which I had a really good time making. I put no enemies in it.
Yeah, it's quite good. I thoroughly enjoyed my time in
Did you like it?
Yeah, oh yeah, it was really good.
Did you feel like it was like a metaphor for something bigger?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Definitely.
That was my goal. I thought that would resonate with the internet pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. Have you had a lot of people play it?
I haven't looked since I uploaded it.
Okay.
I looked after you played it just to see where you had died.
Yeah, I died a couple times.
Was it in the same spot?
I probably did die a few times in the same spot.
Because I only saw one X on the map.
Yeah, I died a couple times.
But that's it. I haven't looked since, so I'd be curious to see what people think. What about your levels? Are they getting traction?
My first one is participation trophy. I made a participation trophy in the original Mario Maker 2. So all it is it's a fairly short level with one easy jump that you can't die on. It's got a sealed off bottom on the jump, and I spelled out in coins, "You're a winner." It's correct, "your." It's YOU''RE because that bugs me to no end.
Yep.
And then all while you're running along the level, there's fireworks that go off, and the audience is cheering as you're running and collecting easy coins. And then at the end, I put a elevator to lift you up to the top of the flag, and more fireworks and more cheering.
That's so funny.
So that's gotten a lot of love. My other level is also a recreation from a Mario Maker 1 level that I did called Touchdown Boy. And it's just you running on a football field trying to avoid They weren't the football players in this game, because I don't think they were in Mario Maker 2 like they were in the original Mario Maker. So I used Hammer Bros.
There you go.
So yeah, you have to pass 11 Hammer Bros and cross the end zone and to finish the level. So I don't know that anyone's played that one yet.
I haven't played your levels. I'll probably play them as soon as we're done recording. But I'll have to remake my Mario Milbury level too.
Yeah, I asked you if you were going to do that because that was a really cool level.
That was fun to make.
That's what I like to do. I like to do themed levels. I'm not going to make anything super hard. Right. I'm not going to make levels that seem like they just came out of a Mario game either.
Right.
I don't have the thought process to do that, so I like to have a theme. I'm planning on doing some Dragon Age, Game of Thrones theme levels.
Oh, so good idea. Yeah,
I've got to try to figure out. I want to do one where you go up the wall and come down the other side, or vice versa, where John and Egret climb the wall, going back the other way. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm brainstorming those.
Lots of ice blocks.
Yeah, lots of ice blocks.
We should also add, I feel like you can achieve a theme much better in Mario Maker 2 than you could in Mario Maker 1, because there's much more robust sound effects.
Yep, a lot of sound effects. There's also more biomes that you can pick from.
Yeah.
I feel like was there only 4 in the first game, and now there's 8?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot more variety
I
in
don't
that
even
sort of
know.
stuff.
Was there Ghost House in the first game?
I don't know. There's outside. There was
Airship.
underground. I don't think there was ghost house.
Yeah. Or Forest, I don't think was one.
Yeah, I'd have
Yeah.
to go back and look, but there wasn't very many. This one, there's probably 8 or 10 different biomes that you can use. So, but yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think it's a great game.
Oh my gosh, so much fun.
It's one of those games you could play forever. And I know the first Mario Maker remained popular the entire time. Like, it comes up on my YouTube feed, like people currently up
Right.
until Mario Maker 2 came out, building levels, playing levels. People would go through and try to beat 0% completion rate levels,
Yeah.
even as recently as like a week before Mario Maker 2 came out. So there's that. I feel like I had one more thought that I wanted to say. I'm
You
not going
can
to come up with
you
it.
can think well, I'll give my last one.
Yeah.
I kind of wish there was more curation on Nintendo's part
Uh-huh.
of the player uploaded levels. I don't know. I kind of want like daily challenges or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe they just pick a level of the day that you beat, and you could get some sort of credit for it, just to build up your Mario Maker 2 street cred. But or even just they do every month they curate a list of levels, and you have to go through and beat them all, and maybe there's a difficulty curve along the way or something like that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more curation on Nintendo's part. I'm not crazy about the whole Wild West of, I mean, obviously the most popular levels get uploaded, but those aren't necessarily the ones I have a good time playing.
Right.
They're usually clever and creative, but again, like I still want to feel like I'm playing a video game when I play these.
Yeah.
I like to see people's ideas, but I just want to play Mario sometimes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
Yeah, so yeah, if you're interested, if you have a Nintendo Switch, it's a must play.
definitely.
Another good thing about this one too is there's 3 times as many Nintendo Switches already as there were Wii U's. So
Good
there's
call,
definitely
yeah.
there's definitely a much bigger community playing this game. So that's always a good thing. So
Yep.
yeah, that's all my thoughts. Yeah, it's great stuff. Definitely give it a play.
Yeah.
All right,
Fun for all ages.
fun for all ages is right. Couple quick things for Nibblebits. The first is I was talking about the Summer Games Done Quick. Very sad that it's over, but they ultimately raised over $3 million
Wow.
for Doctors Without Borders charity. I actually saw when they crested 2 million, and the crowd went crazy. It was great. I never thought, because that was towards the end of it. I never thought they were going to get over 3 million, but apparently they got over. They ultimately ended over 3 million. But that was amazing. What a way to start the summer. I watched that for like an entire week. It was just game videos.
That's
And
awesome.
it was great. Because game videos have mostly, other than movies, have replaced television in my house. That's just what we watch. We watch game videos. My son's gotten interested in speed running a little bit too, which is fun because we watched the Breath of the Wild speed run. So after we finished watching it, because we couldn't watch it live, it was late. What was it, Friday night, I think, last week. So we watched it on YouTube because it came up on YouTube a couple days later, and he was trying to do some of the moves that they were doing on his game of Breath of the Wild. But yeah, it was just a little over 30 minutes from start to finish. Someone beat Breath of the Wild.
Wow.
Yep.
That's intense.
It
What,
is
just
intense.
like immediately run into the castle and beating them with a stick? Ganondorf?
No, they had to get weapons, like actual good weapons, but all the good weapons they got were from Hyrule Castle,
Gotcha.
because there's a couple good ones there. But you complete the Great Plateau in like 20 minutes. I think that's most of where the run is at the Great Plateau.
And then it's
And then
just
most
straight
of
to Hyrule
yeah,
Castle.
most of the rest is gathering weapons and stuff, getting ready for the fight. But it's incredible, the what they're able to do with that game. They have a trick that they use where you jump off a cliff and you land on the head of an enemy on a shield, like a shield surf,
Mm-hmm.
and it just sends you launching like super far. So
Huh.
they pretty much jump off the great. When you finish the Great Plateau, and you first get the glider. That bokoblin that's right down below there. He jumped off of there,
Oh,
bounced off of that, got enough oomph to carry him all the way over Hyrule Field and right to the castle.
no kidding.
Yeah, so you're just out of the Temple of Time, I think is what
Yeah.
it's called. Yeah, straight from the Temple of Time to Hyrule Castle in a minute, maybe.
I remember pulling some jank when I went to Hyrule Castle and just ended up at the end of it.
Oh, without realizing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like I missed arguably what people were saying was one of the best parts of the game.
Yeah.
Because I just like skipped all of Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, it can happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was great stuff, and I was glad they did so well on the donations thing. It was very cool.
Yeah, that's good to see.
I had another quick nibble bit that I'm probably not going to find now.
I wish I had something to share, but I don't.
It's fine. I was very behind this week on everything. That's why we didn't do a live stream this week. That's why I didn't tweet anything or let anyone know. I think I told people at the end of last week's episode that we were going to do Mario Maker. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say is now if you're interested in getting the PlayStation Classic, now is the time to buy them. Apparently they're about $25 on Amazon. So
Wow.
yeah, I think they started off at like $100.
Jeez. Is there anything good on there? I'll have to look at the list again. I might spring for
I
it.
think Final Fantasy VII is on there, but that's on everything.
Yeah.
Honestly, the list of games on that was not great compared to the Super Nintendo and Nintendo Classic. So
I just quickly, while you were chatting, went to the Gamer News subreddit just to see what was going on in the last week. And something jumped out at me. More than 1 million people per month are still playing Age of Empires, the original.
Oh, I did see that.
Jeez.
That's crazy. Some games just have legs.
Yeah.
You just can't take that away from them.
It's definitely a quiet week for news, though.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot. It's post E3. It's
July 4th week.
July 4th
just,
week, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's sloughed off.
Right.
So yeah, how was your week, Corey?
Good. We did doing some wedding planning, and I'm currently in our homestead. I'm in Will's Newark Valley studio without Will. Will's working the job that pays his bills. But yeah, we had a nice 4th of July yesterday. I had some good food. It was oppressively hot, but the pool was here. I drank a lot of beer, which is something I haven't done in a while. My drink of choice lately is just vodka soda because it's easier to drink. As I get older, I can't slug beers all day like I used to.
Yep.
But I did a pretty good job yesterday.
Nice.
I was proud of myself by the end of the day. But yeah, it's just been a slow summer week.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
Yeah. I don't really have anything to talk. Oh, the only thing I have to talk about is I finally, and my kids have been watching this for a while, but I finally was able to watch it, is Moana.
Cool.
Which I really like.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen any of the more modern animated Disney movies that I haven't liked. For the most part, I like them for one reason or another, but Moana's really good.
They're so good.
Yeah. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Maui is a perfect fit.
I didn't even realize that was him.
Oh yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, and he sings a song. He had to do a lot of work apparently to get because he's not a singer.
Yeah.
To get his voice set for singing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an awesome movie. I really like it.
You know what else came out this week was the Witcher teaser for Netflix.
Oh, I didn't know they had a teaser trailer.
Did you see that?
No.
Yeah,
I know there's some images that they showed.
Or maybe it was just images. I thought it was a teaser trailer.
Yeah, I know they had images of Yennefer and Ciri.
Yeah, maybe that was the teaser then, and it wasn't a video. I don't know, but I'm really freaking excited for that.
Yeah, me
They're
too.
calling it like Netflix's Game of Thrones, which I mean, in the Witcher universe, that's candy for us.
One thing I did hear that you'll appreciate, Corey, is that it's going to be more books than games.
Thank God.
So
all of a sudden, Geralt became virtuous in The Witcher 3.
Right. So yeah, no, that from people that know the books a lot, that's what they said.
That's good.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So what have you been playing?
We teased it at the top of the episode, but a lot of Wizards Unite, wizard hunting. I'm level 13 now.
Wow.
Yeah, topping off a little bit. I'm paying a little less attention to items and stuff, which kind of hurts you in the long run. It's just too much. Your inventory vault is too small,
Yeah.
and it's just too much to manage to delete stuff just to get the item that you need, which is by design because they want you to spend money to expand your vault, or if you don't have the right items, just spend coins to get the items that you need. So I just find that stuff really grating and annoying. I just wish they could find that perfect balance of people who just want to play the game for free and enjoy it without the frustrations that force you to spend money. That stuff's gotta go.
I mean, that's probably by design.
It definitely is, without a doubt.
To do make sure your inventory is not, because that's with me too. Like, whenever I open the app, there's always an item to pick up. But I my inventory, like yours, is full. I try to brew potions to keep my inventory not full, but I do still have to go through every now and again and delete stuff so I can pick up new items, because a lot of times the higher powered items look like the lower powered items.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell until you pick it up.
Right. And so even I just feel like there's quality of life improvements that they could add, like if a color indicator to indicate which tier of potion you can make with an item, just so when you pick something up, like, oh my gosh, I really need this one. Or even the option of when you tap it, say, are you sure you want to pick this up, and you can see what it is,
right?
And you can list what potions it makes. But again, like, I feel like it doesn't do that because it just wants to frustrate you to the point of spending money, which I don't know. I'm so against that style of game design that it might be the reason I quit playing. It probably will be the reason I quit playing.
Sure.
I'm very against spending money unnecessarily, but I'm not opposed to spending it if I'm enjoying the game, having fun with it, and want to enhance my enjoyment. But it's more spending money to cure a frustration. It's not for me.
Right.
I know that works, and a lot of companies make a lot of money doing that, but I can see right through it, and it's just not for me. But still enjoying it a little bit. They did the special event started July 3rd.
Yep.
Which I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around, but I see these purple things on my map. I tap them, and I achieve whatever objective they created for the event. I've totally lost interest in what's going on with the story. The characters will start talking to me, and I'll just tap through it.
Sure.
It's all meaningless to me. They use a bunch of Harry Potter words that I'm just not familiar with. But we'll see. I don't know. Yeah. It's interesting enough to keep me going for a little bit longer.
Yeah. I'm with you on the items frustration. My frustration also is that whenever I open it, there's like probably twice a day I'll get something that pops up that I can do on the game. Whereas Pokemon Go, anytime I click on Pokemon Go to open, there's a Pokemon to catch, even if it's not a very good one. But it's something to do. I open the game with Harry Potter 15 or 20 times a day, and once or twice there'll be something I can do, which is frustrating. And it only takes a little bit of walking for stuff to start popping up, but I don't have the ability to just go walking.
Right.
I've got 4 kids.
Yeah.
I'm home by myself during the day, so I can't just load everyone up and go for a walk whenever.
Requires an act of Congress
exactly
for you to get everything together.
Exactly.
Go for a walk.
Exactly. And it's hot.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's another reason I can't. I would have to put suntan lotion on every, like, it's crazy all the stuff I would have to do just to leave the house for something like that. But so yeah, I would like to, even if it's not good things, like, I don't care. They like to play the game and would like to have more stuff to pick up.
I wonder how much of that has to do. I think you were the one that told me this, but like the popularity of the Pokemon and Pokemon Go and the wizards in this game is based on the density of people playing the game in the area at the time.
I don't even know if it's playing the game as much as it is cell phone signals.
Just signals in general.
Yeah. So what happened was, one time, out of curiosity, when I was driving home, I had it up on my phone. I wasn't playing it, but I had it up just to see, because a lot of it too is I don't know where the inns are in some places where I drive a lot, because I don't have my phone open.
Right.
So I left it open out of curiosity, and I passed by 2 graduation parties, and when I got to when I drove past the graduation parties, a bunch of stuff popped up, which made me think that stuff that there's nothing there, like there's no inns or greenhouses or Pokestops for Pokemon Go.
Right.
But yeah, there was a lot of stuff that popped up because I think there was people there, with cell phone signals. So
interesting. Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's why whenever you go to like a store, there'll be a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know for sure. That's anecdotal. but it happened twice. So
Well, Niantic is part owned by Google. Am I making that up?
no, I think you're right. I think you're right. It's there's some tie-in.
So they're probably getting that data.
Yeah, well, it definitely uses Google Maps data too.
Niantic, just trying to Google it quick.
Yeah.
The company was formed as Niantic Labs in 2010 as an internal startup within Google.
Okay.
There you go.
Interesting. The plot thickens.
Yeah. Wonder what else they're learning from us while we play the game and selling it.
So I've given up trying to protect myself from all of it because you just can't.
Oh my God. Well, my buddy was telling me his sister works in marketing somewhere. And she was telling me she told him, and he relayed this information to me, that Google knows just based on the way you interact in their browser or on your phone, if you have an Android phone or if you're on Google Chrome, whether or not you have Parkinson's disease before you know.
Really?
Yeah, and they have that information.
Wow, that's interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's frightening.
That is frightening.
And that insurance companies now can use Google data to determine the risk of bringing on somebody into their insurance.
Really?
Which is frightening.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you're doing a lot of if you watch YouTube videos of what's the thing where people get out of their cars and walk along their car when it's going, like if you're
Chinese fire drill.
No, it's when you like dance, you get out of the driver's seat and you dance while like if you're Googling that or searching for that on YouTube.
Yeah, this person's a risk.
Yeah, let's check up their insurance rates.
Oh, yeah, it's frightening stuff.
What the heck is that called?
I have no idea.
It's something chat would answer for us if we were live.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
I want to say ghosting, but that's not right. Ghost riding? Ghost riding?
That is just stupid.
I have to look it up. I've got to see what it's called. My insurance may go up, but whatever.
Yeah, there you go. Oh,
ghost. Because I just have to know.
My fiance's car insurance rate just went up, and maybe I'll ask her, like, what have you been searching for on lately?
It's called Ghost Riding the Whip.
Ghost Riding the Whip.
Ghost Ride the Whip.
Yikes.
So, there you go. Anyway, where were we? Oh, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
But yeah, that's my frustration with it. Is there's just not enough for me to do in a normal day.
You know what, Dan? And I didn't even think of it yesterday while you were here, but I wanted to walk over to a fortress and do a tag team.
Yeah, because there's one right nearby, Mom and Dad's.
Yeah, right down the street. I totally forgot.
It's frustrating too because they live out in the rural part of the state.
Right.
I live in a suburb, and they have way more Pokemon Go stuff, or Pokemon Go or Harry Potter stuff than we have going on in our. We have nothing in our neighborhood. There's a couple stops, and that's it. But anyway. That's all. Is that everything you played, Corey?
I think so. You know what? I played a little Smash. I had a buddy over last weekend. We played Smash Brothers, and it was funny because I talked a lot about how much I love Smash, and I thought I was pretty good at it. And we boot up my Smash Brothers, and I have no characters unlocked.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about it. I'm like, man, have I not played since our Smash party? And I don't think I have.
I don't think you have either. You haven't talked about it.
Long.
I mean, you haven't, obviously, unless you played Will's at some point when he...
I must have.
Because we unlocked most of or all the characters.
Yeah, I think we're pretty
Smash
close.
Weekend.
Not all of them. But yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, he's like, you've never even played this game. What are you talking about? I'm like, well, I've played other people's, I guess. I don't know.
Nice.
So that was fun. I mean, it's such a good game.
Yeah, it is.
It's just like you can't go wrong with a Nintendo Switch. There's so much to play, so much. The games, the best part about it too is the games are so much freaking fun.
Yeah.
It's unlike the other consoles in that respect for me anyway. I always talk about the addiction of playing the game versus just actually enjoying the game, and I feel like Nintendo is so much further on the spectrum of enjoyment than the other two consoles.
Absolutely. And portable.
Which
is huge in my case.
Can't beat that. What's coming out next on the Switch that we should be excited about?
Fire Emblem.
When's that?
26th.
Nice.
Fire Emblem Three Houses. Apparently, I think it's. Did I read it's 80 hours? I don't know if it's 80 hours total or 80 hours per house because you can play as the 3 different houses.
Wow.
But there's a lot of stuff there, and then they have a season pass that's going to add a lot of content too. I just read that earlier today, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's in what, 3 weeks? 3 weeks.
Must
from
be
today. Yeah. So, stuff I've been playing. What did I say? Oh, so I've on a whim I fired up Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. 'Cause it's the only one I hadn't really tried at all. It's really good so far. I can't really talk about it. I only played about half an hour, but I'm definitely intrigued by it, and I'm looking forward to playing more. They have to put all these games. They just need to put everything on the Switch because I could play it so much easier if it was just on the Switch.
Yep. And Nintendo graphics hold up really well.
Yeah, I mean it was a little bit pixelated, but I don't care. It's not a big deal.
Right.
It still looks really cool.
What did you play it on?
Wii U.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Will got it for me a couple years ago for Christmas. He had my name in the Christmas lottery, and he got it for me. And I just never got around to playing it. And we recently got a Wii U again too, so that's what I played it on. But I'm definitely gonna. That's a good summer game to play, especially since I haven't played it at all. So
yeah.
I'll play that. Darn it!
Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Crypt of the Necrodancer. So I played Crypt of the Necrodancer because I actually beat Cadence of Hyrule
nice.
last week. Thank you. That was amazing. Definitely play that at some point, Corey.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I mean that game's been on my short list for when did that come out? Like 2013.
Crypt of the Necrodancer. Yeah, it's been out for a little while.
Yeah, it's been on my short list for a long time. I've just never gotten around to it. I wonder, is it one of those games that it either goes on special a lot or doesn't ever? I can't remember.
I think it's cheap. I bought it for I think it was $4.
Oh, okay. I should definitely just buy it then.
I don't know. It's probably not 4 anymore because it was a sale because the Cadence of Hyrule came out. Okay. I don't know if it's still, but it'll go on sale again. It's always on sale. It might be on sale on Steam for the summer sale right now. But yeah, Crypt of the Necrodancer. It's really good. It's not quite as polished as Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah.
And graphically, it doesn't look as nice, but it plays pretty much the same way. It's definitely a lot less forgiving. I think in my first playthrough of Cadence of Hyrule, I might have died like 4 times. In Crypt of the Necrodancer, I probably died 5 or 6 times in an hour. But it's a roguelike, so you unlock stuff slowly as you're playing through the game. But yeah, for the most part, I barely made it past the first floor. Yeah, it's pretty difficult, but it's so much fun. Those games are great.
Yeah, and I haven't played either Cadence of Hyrule or Crypt of the Necrodancer.
I would definitely say Cadence of Hyrule is better in my opinion, just because of the Zelda tie-in is so good.
Sure.
It's also a
Will
lot more
has
forgiving.
it, right?
I don't think so. I don't know if he ended
doesn't.
up buying it or not.
Gotcha. What did you say? Sorry, I cut you off. It also has.
I don't know. I think it's better. It's got the, like I said, Legend of Zelda tie-in. And,
right.
It's also easier, quite a bit. So.
I like easy in my old age.
Yeah. I'll definitely play more Crypt of the Necrodancer because it's convenient. It's the only thing I have on my Switch to play for. Oh well, no, Mario Maker, duh. But it's good.
Oh, what's this? Sorry, I'm just noticing something on Skype that says blur my background.
Huh.
Is my background blurry now?
Yeah, it is.
Is that cool or no?
It is cool.
All right. I got a blurry background.
Nice. Skype's adding all sorts of things.
Yeah, they're finally cleaning up their act.
Well, kinda. I still can't get this to snap onto the picture. My little whatever portrait. So I have 2 webcams now. So when I do the stream, I have the webcam. I put the webcam that's just on me, not the one you see. You see a different one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So just so they're separate windows.
Gotcha. One for the feed and one for just Skyping.
For Skype, yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a pain, but I had them. Anything else, Corey?
I don't think so. It's summer.
Yeah, it is summer. We didn't get any feedback because I didn't let people know when we were recording, and I apologize again for that. But it's been crazy. I'm hoping like next week we can kind of return to normal stuff.
Yeah.
But I think next week's episode is going to be the mid-year recap, so we probably won't have a live one again next week. But maybe I'll stream next week. I've been wanting to stream some Mario Maker anyway, so maybe I'll take the opportunity to do that.
Cool.
And then Will felt bad because he hasn't been on in a couple weeks, but
I think I've been on more than Will in the last
month. Yeah. You know, Eric was on. Was it last week talking about Harry Potter?
Yeah.
He was going to be on this one, but he had a little too much going on and hadn't played quite enough Mario Maker. So,
what else is coming out that? Sorry, what else is coming out that we're excited about in the next few weeks?
So Mario Maker, not Mario Maker, Fire Emblem. Sorry, Rad is coming out in mid-October. That's the new Double Fine game.
Oh, really? I don't think I'm familiar with it at all.
It looks really cool. It's like it's almost like Diablo-esque.
Okay.
But you get like irradiated and you get mutated and mutate parts on you.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it looks really cool. That's coming to everything. I think it's coming to the Switch. It's coming to Xbox. I was talking to Will about it, and I think it might come to Game Pass because Double Fine is now owned by Microsoft.
Good point.
So I'm hoping I don't even have to buy it. Like, I could just play the Xbox version.
How long till Microsoft breaches their own policy of putting their first-party games directly on Game Pass?
How much till they stop doing that?
Like, how long? Do you think that'll happen? Where they're like, this one we're not going to put on Game Pass?
I don't know. That's an interesting question. I would think if that was gonna happen, it would be Halo because that's their baby.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like it seems like that's coming to Game Pass too. So
good for them.
Yeah.
Stay true to the course. It will earn you respect.
It will, and I was kind of against this sort of thing when it first started happening.
Mm-hmm.
But it's such a good deal, and to be able to play all the first-party Microsoft games, right when they're launching, and not have to buy like I was telling Will, we might have even talked about this in the podcast. Like, I probably wouldn't play Gears 5. I like Gears, but it's hard for me to like play that sort of thing nowadays with kids, and I hardly have any free time.
And it's hard to justify the cost for what would amount to you just playing the campaign.
Exactly.
Maybe playing a few online matches.
6 to 8 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely play it now because it's going to be on Game Pass. So I'll at least give it a shot. And it may end up being like one of the best games of all time. You never know.
Sure.
So. And then I can rave about it. But.
I have one last question about the games that are coming out, and maybe I should know this, but when's Cyberpunk coming out? Is that this
April.
summer or
April?
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was August for some reason. At least I had the first letter of the month right.
I think it's April 14th, maybe.
Oof, that's a ways away.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can upgrade my computer before that.
Is it only PC?
No, PC, Xbox One, PS4.
Yeah, I'll probably get it for Xbox One.
Yeah,
and that might be the swan song for my Xbox One.
Yeah, you've got the One X, so you're set.
Yeah, I want the 4K. Give me that 4K, baby.
But also for me, it's again playing a shooter with a controller, which I just can't do.
Yeah.
So, at the end of August is Astral Chain. I'm not sure if you're interested in that one.
Not sure I'm familiar with that one.
That's the platinum one for the Nintendo Switch.
I'm sure I've seen video of it. I just can't picture it right now.
Yeah, it's a sort of futuristic. I don't even know where it's supposed to be located. Probably in Japan someplace. But a police force has to defend against interdimensional invasion. It's platinum controls. So if you play Bayonetta or not Persona, Nier Automata or anything like that, you know how it controls.
Yeah,
which is beautifully.
That's cool.
And then early September is Link's Awakening.
Oh my god.
I know.
Gosh, speaking of Switch games, I can't wait to play.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, I'm so excited for that.
That's gonna be.
That was my childhood right there. I can't tell you how many times I beat that game.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And then I think Pokemon is November. I have a list of all the games.
Actually, just quickly, while it's relevant, Because I think Link's Awakening was the original Game Boy, right? It wasn't Game Boy Advance or anything.
Correct.
I had some company last weekend, and my town is famous for its knick-knack stores. It's funny because there's actually a store in my town called Paddywhack's, which is like knick-knack, paddywhack. And one of the junk stores had an old Game Boy that I just noticed on the way out, and I like picked it up, and I was just looking at it, and I can't remember how much he wanted for it, but I was talking to my buddy about it, and the guy came over and he's like, "You ever even seen one of those?" And I'm like, "Dude, don't even get me going. Don't even get me started."
Yeah.
But it turns out it turned on.
Oh, okay.
It still worked, and he had Tetris in the back.
Oh, nice.
And he was selling it, and I'm like, "How could you sell this?" Because I guess it was his when he was. I mean, he was a little bit older than me, maybe 10 years older than me, so he was probably a teenager when he had the original Game Boy.
Yeah.
But I just don't know how he would have the heart to sell something like that.
Especially if it was your own and it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
It still works. And we got to talking about the old school accessories you needed to play it, like the backlight, or the extra light that would make it so you could see if it was a little bit dark, and the magnifying lens.
Yeah, I was gonna say we had a magnifying lens with the light on it, so you could play at night.
We've come a long way from there.
Yes, we have.
But he said that people will now mod them for you, so they'll add a backlight in the hardware, like underneath the screen.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion 3 is supposedly coming out in October.
I'm not too familiar with those games, so that doesn't excite me as much, but maybe I would probably love it if I gave it a chance.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like I've been playing Dark Moon a little bit, so I'm going to eventually get the original Luigi's Mansion for my son's 2DS too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's all the big stuff that I'm definitely getting. There's definitely other indie games and stuff filtered in there that I'll buy, and maybe a AAA here and there. I know Will and Eric are excited about the new Call of Duty. Which, in their defense, the trailer does look awesome for it. So
yeah. Sure.
All right. Anything else, Corey?
No, that's it.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. So, most likely next week will be our mid-year recap for 2019. So, probably not going to be a live one again, but I'll try to keep everyone posted on most likely Twitter. Our Facebook doesn't show anyone anything that we ever do, so I almost don't want to
that's because you're not paying money to show them, Dan.
That's my thought too, because I tried for a while posting regularly because I know that boosts your chances, but still, like, less than a third of the people who follow us on Facebook would see our stuff, so it's almost a waste of time. I'll probably still eventually or occasionally post stuff there, but if you want our updates, Twitter is the best place right now. So that everything goes on there. So that'll do it for episode 415 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Corey.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement.